I'm going to make a case to you today why I believe firing the bottom 10% of every single industry, not just company, every single industry, military, cops, teachers, firefighters, realtors, loan officers, Amazon, Walmart, it doesn't matter what it is. If you fire the bottom 10% of every single industry, the economy will get better and people will actually be more fulfilled and happy. Let me make my argument to you why I believe that's the case. Watch this. You ever been in a relationship where, say you're dating somebody for 2 years and you're like, this is not going to go anywhere. I'm not going to marry this person. We're not going to be together for 10 years, but we're so comfortable and I'm scared to call the breakup. I'm scared to break up with her, right? Or I'm scared to break up with him. And then one day you get that random text or the phone call. You know what the phone call is, what text that is, right? It's like, hey, we need to talk. You're like, what do you mean we need to talk? What are you doing later on tonight? We need to talk. And you're like, okay, cool, we can talk. So you go meet her or he meets you and says, you know, you have to realize, babe, I love you so much. And you already know where this is going. It's been one of my best 2 years of my life, but I just don't think this is going anywhere. And it's not you. Honestly, it's me. It's not you at all. It's totally me. And I just think we have to go our separate ways. I don't know if I strengthen you, and I don't know if you're happy being with me. But no, I want to be with you. Know the whole. You know, understand. You okay? So if you know what I'm talking about, and then 6 months later, you're like, man, I'm so glad he broke up with me. It was so great. I couldn't do it. I'm glad he did it. I'm so glad she broke up with me. I couldn't do it. She did. I'm so glad she did. Let me go back to the firing part. You know what happens when you fire some people from their job or sometimes department? Like I had a guy that was working with a department with us for 4.5 years. I'm sitting there every day. I would ask his director, why do we have him here? He sucks at his job. We finally fired him from that job. We moved him over. He made 4 times the money he was making at that job when he simply got fired from that job, went to a different place. You fire a cop. There are a lot of people that are cops or teachers because their parents were cops, because traditionally they want to be cops, or traditionally they want to be in, whatever job it is. But they don't want to do that. They're just doing it because of somebody else. They're being a cop because their friend's a cop. They're doing whatever because of somebody else, and then all of a sudden they're like no longer a cop anymore, no longer a teacher anymore. And you sit there and you say, what should I do now? That cop becomes a realtor. He excels, goes and wins at the highest level. And he's like, man, I'm so glad the police department fired me. Man, I'm so glad being a teacher. I was not a good teacher, man. I can't believe I was a teacher. I'm terrible as a teacher. But, man, I make one hell of a cop. Do you see the difference there? Man, I got to tell you, I was a terrible coach. But, man, I make such a good project manager when it comes down to IT. I love what I'm doing right now. So this isn't the concept of firing people like, you're fired. This isn't that, like, you're fired. This is the whole idea of how many people today are in positions that is not the position for them. You make one shift to a different department, they excel just because their current position doesn't bring out their strengths that they have. You can make one shift, give them a better opportunity in a different place, or simply fire everybody because some people just are not good at their job. Teachers, I don't believe all teachers are good teachers. I think there's a bottom 10% of teachers should be fired for them to realize, man, I can't do this anymore, and let them go do something else. By the way, here's one other thing to be thinking about. If we fire the bottom 10% every year, guess what people don't want to be in? They don't want to be in the bottom 10%. So they fight to be in the top 50%. That means they may have been a 70% and they go up into 50% and they move up because they don't want to get fired. So it even makes people offer better customer service, better effort, improving, but get better with people in every possible way because they know when December 31st comes, the bottom 10% is getting fired, and you do not want to be in the bottom 10%. FYI, I'm very aware that about 10% of you are not going to like this video. Hence, you're the bottom 10%. This is unfair. Why Patrick's like such and such? All he wants to do is fire people. Let's fire Pat and unsubscribe. I get it. By the way, you ought to fire some of the channels you're subscribed to. You ought to fire some of the people you follow. There's a firing going on in friends and people you hang out with every year. This ought to be taking place to allow new, things to grow within your life and new people to grow within different industries. I'm not expecting 100% of you guys to like this. Matter of fact, I think for every 100 one of you that puts a thumbs up, I think 10 of you is going to put a thumbs down. So if you don't like it, put a thumbs down. If you like it, put a thumbs up. And whether you love it, press the subscribe button if you haven't already. But I got another video for you. I did a video years ago titled, How to Fire Someone. You may agree with it, you may not agree with it. As a matter of fact, I may even watch it. I may not agree of two of the points that I did when I did that because I've changed the way I fire people. But I want you to watch this video. I think there's a couple points in there that you're going to like from how to fire someone. If you've never watched this, click over here to watch the video on how to fire someone. Take care, everybody. Have a great week.